Hi there, Jonny here from JonnyLipshamStudios.co.uk, and in today's video we are looking at serial compression. What is serial compression, you may well be asking? Well, essentially it is running audio through a chain of compressors, one after the other. I could just leave it there and end the video there and say bye for now, but I think I'd be selling you a little short if I did that. So I'm not going to, you'll be glad to know. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing with this particular song and with these particular compressors. Now, you can do this with just the native Studio One compressor. You don't have to use the fat channel compressors unless you really want to. But you can do it with just the regular compressor. And what you would do is you'd have two instances of the compressor, much like I have here with these two different ones. And what you would do is you would copy the settings of the first compressor to the second one. And you're probably asking, why would you do that? Well, what you want to achieve with serial compression is spread the load of compression that you are trying to achieve between two compressors so that the compression becomes a little bit less obvious for a start, and also you're not just like loading up one compressor with all of the audio. So, you know, a problem shared is a problem halved, so the saying goes. And so that's what I like to do with vocals in particular. Now, in this particular case, I'm using the fat channel tube comp and the FET comp. This is an LA2A style compressor. Okay, I need to close those. And this is an 1176 style compressor. So if you're not familiar with these two compressors, the tube compressor, the LA2A style compressor, is generally a smoother and slower style compressor, slower attack style compressor. And this is gorgeous. I love this. And then this guy, the 1176 style compressor, is much, much faster, a little bit more aggressive, and is great for kind of like just leveling stuff off. So I use this to kind of like shape a bit, and then this to kind of level it all off at the end. But I'm also taking advantage of the tone colors provided by both of these. And I think these two compressors in particular, for me, they complement each other very, very nicely. All right, so we're going to listen to this bit of audio, this chorus of this song, with these both on and in the context of the track, and then we will take them off and we will see what we're doing here with both these compressors. So let's take a listen.
Your soul for bands to burn, in God we trust, says on the bill, from boom to bust, may give a thrill, it can steal your life, dominate your goals, make a trouble and strife, seek another soul, this little paper deity.
Alrighty, so as you can see, looking at these VU meters, they're both doing about 3 dB of gain reduction, so that's 6 dB spread between the two of them. Okay, so let's solo up the vocal. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn these two off, and then we're going to add them back in one at a time. So you can kind of hear what they are doing. So let's play just the vocal.
Your soul for bands to burn, in God we trust, says on the bill.
Alright, so let's introduce compressor number one. So let's introduce this guy.
Your soul for bands to burn, in God we trust, says on the bill, from boom to bust.
Alright, now let's bring in the next compressor and listen to the same audio.
Your soul for bands to burn, in God we trust, says on the bill, from boom to bust, may give a thrill, it can steal your life, and dominate your goals.
Alrighty, so now we have just a lot more energy and a lot more excitement to the vocal now. Both of these compressors, by the way, are running into my parallel compression chain, which I'm going to show you in just a minute, because that basically means I'm essentially doing 3 different stages of compression to achieve 3 different results. Okay, so this guy, because this is fast anyway, even though I've got the attack and release time set right up the middle, so they are essentially, for this compressor anyway, they are essentially medium attack and medium release. But really, to be honest, the slowest speed of this guy is fast, certainly in terms of the attack. You know, we're only talking like 0.8 milliseconds at its slowest. And then the slowest release time is 1.1 seconds. So it's a fast compressor, whereas this one's much slower. So this one is allowing a lot more transient through, and then this is kind of leveling everything off nicely and just bringing the vocal nice and forward. So this is why I use 2 compressors, and particularly why I use 2 different compressors, because they are going to give me a different tone altogether from just using a transparent compressor. I could use just as I said, I could just use just the compressor plugin and achieve similar results, but you would lack the tone that these 2 compressors give you. And particularly, you know, how fast this guy is in particular, and you know the FET style of compression that takes place in this compressor. You're not going to get the tone colors out of these 2 that you're not going to get any tone color out of a transparent compressor, whereas these 2 you are, because they're modeled after the hardware. So that's why I use these 2 in particular. Sometimes I switch it up. Sometimes I have the 1176 going into an LA2 and vice versa. And maybe I'll have, you know, a different compressor, a different pairing of compressors. So maybe a Fairchild into an opto compressor or something like that. So anyway, that's how these 2 work in tandem. And as I said, these 2 are going into a parallel compression chain, which I'm now going to show you over here. This is my parallel lead vocal bus, and this is going into the FC670, which is kind of a Fairchild style compressor, and I've got this set fast, and I've cranked the input gain, and I've got the thresholds set kind of about number 8 on this little scale here, and this is basically just being slammed. This compressor is I'm just slamming the needle right over. And the idea of this is to do some very heavy compression. I've already done a video on parallel compression, but I'll summarize why I'm using this one here. Is I'm wanting to take advantage of the tone of this compressor whilst slamming it and then tucking it in underneath the main vocal bus here. So let's set all of this back in the track so that we can hear our results. And I'm going to open these up again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip these on and off so that we can hear what they sound like in the context of the track. So here we go.
Your soul for bands to burn. In God we trust, says on the bill.
Okay, let's turn these 2 off and play that again.
Your soul for bands to burn. In God we trust, says on the bill. From boom to bust, may give a thrill. It can steal your life, dominate your goals, make a trouble and strife. Seek another soul, this little paper deity.
So there you go. That's serial compression. A lot easier than having one compressor doing one style of compression and, you know, getting 6 or 7 dB of compression. So there you go. That's serial compression. I hope you found this video helpful and useful. If you have, please hit the like button. Please also feel free to leave some comments below. and ask any questions that you may have. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button right now and hit the notification bell, and by doing so you'll know when my next video comes out, and I tend to upload on Thursdays or Fridays. But I also have a live stream on Sunday nights at 6 p.m. Central Time. So please drop in and say hello in the chat, and feel free to ask any questions that you might have regarding any aspect of music production. And so I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.